Hey everybody, this is Matt Shu from Upright Health, and today I am unboxing a pair of shoes that you may have heard of. So these are actually the Primal Professional Shoes. If you watched a video from a couple weeks ago where I had my rib broken, you may remember that the person who broke my ribs was actually the guy who created these shoes and created the whole idea of the Primal Professional. So we're going to take a look at these shoes today. I'm going to show you how they look, talk about how they feel, so you get a better idea of whether or not they'll work for you. So inside this box, we've got a nice little thank you note from the Primal Professional. We've got some general guidelines, things to do to test them, things not to do. Do not roll them into a ball or a taco. Number one, that's a pretty good tip, I think. And then it looks like we've got a whole long letter here from Mountain Evan Cheng, the founder of Primal Professional and the man who broke my ribs. I'm not going to read this on camera. And then just got a little receipt. So let's take a look at the actual shoes. We got the shoehorn here, cool little Primal Professional shoehorn, which I take it is very important, and Mountain has told me is very important. And yeah, okay, cool. You got more branding on the little baggies to help take care of your shoes. And what is this? These I believe are the tongue pads. In case the shoes don't fit well, I believe these just go right in under the tongue. So let's set those aside. So here's the actual shoe. So take a look, see here. Remove the box so you get a better view, a little contrast. So this is the one without the stitching along the toe. You can see that it's, if you feel it, it's actually really soft leather. Another little branded shoehorn here, so that's kind of neat. For those who know me from childhood, you remember that shoehorn was my dreaded nickname through elementary school. So this shoehorn, not as bad as a terrible nickname. Wow, it's actually a pretty nice shoehorn. So that sucker looks like it'll help keep the shoes in good shape. So here we go. Here's the inside of the Primal Professional. Hopefully that you can see that. It looks pretty good. And this also has the fake heel, so you can actually kind of see how that's going to work. Basically the fake heel is designed so that rather than having your foot up here so you have a drop from heel to toe, you actually drop, your heel's actually much deeper, so you're actually down in here. So this is all actually a flat drop or zero drop. Kind of cool. I'm using my shoehorn the way I think Mountain would approve. So otherwise I'm going to crush the back here, and I don't think anyone wants that. And there they are. Primal Professionals with jeans, not exactly the most professional look, but a little bit of a Friday night douchebag look, but otherwise looks pretty good. In terms of wiggle room, I have a lot of wiggle room for my toes. My toes do feel like they can splay out side to side. Feels like they're a little bit loose for me under the tongue there, but that's what the tongue pads we looked at earlier are for. Pretty sharp looking, actually, much sharper than the original prototype that was on the Kickstarter campaign. Look, these have definitely evolved from that original design. In terms of that extra space that's here at the front, according to the fit guide, that's actually the way it's supposed to be. So walking around in these shoes, I definitely noticed that that extra length that I pointed out in the toe, it's definitely there, and it actually is mentioned in the sizing guide on the website that it's intended to be there. It does give me a little extra room in the toes to splay out, so that is nice, it is comfortable. I've noticed in the past with shoes that are too long in length, what'll happen is the break at the ball of the foot will be wrong. Like the shoe, if it's actually too long, you'll feel it, and it'll kind of crush at the hinge of your toes, which is not comfortable. But these actually do seem to line up in the same way, so you are actually just getting a little extra length at the toe to give your toes more space and not lengthening out the whole sole, which would then screw up the way that it fits on your foot. I think the neatest thing though is definitely that fake heel. You still look professional, which is nice, but you're not elevated like you're wearing high heels. The first couple laps I've been walking around here in my office feel actually really bizarre, because wearing dress shoes, I feel like I'm supposed to get that heel strike, that heavy heel strike that sometimes makes you feel like a badass, and I'm not getting that. It just feels more like a barefoot shoe, which is weird. Weird in a good way. So I actually just put in the little tongue pad in here so you can see what it looks like. You can just kind of throw it in under there. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch thick. It's really soft, cushy foam, and it definitely helps the fit. For me, it makes the shoes feel snug, and it actually makes them feel really responsive and like a really cool shoe. These might actually make me wear shoes a little more often. I wouldn't count on it. If you are somebody who has to look professional all day, but you kind of don't want to wear shoes that make you heel strike and make you uncomfortable and hurt your back and hurt your knees and hurt your ankles and crush your toes, then definitely going to want to look into some shoes. You can check them out at theprimalprofessional.com. And while you're at Mountain's website, you can feel free to drop him a line and tell him to quit breaking my ribs. So, how you doing, Cheryl?
I feel like I'm tied up with tape.
And she is tied up with tape. Now, Cheryl, how long do you think you could stay in this position comfortably?
Comfortably, maybe a minute.
About a minute? How about